Because we tweeted the wrong link.
You're live.
No, we're live now.
Oh,
But
hi.
we tweeted these guys the wrong link. You know what I mean? So, because we're trying to do this right.
Right.
So we're actually live. And hey, Mom, you got your phone?
I do got my phone.
Can
He's
you go
prepared.
to Santino Brothers YouTube, and I'll do the same fucking thing.
Sorry,
So,
my phone's charging.
Go ahead,
Started
Sil.
trying
Go
to-
ahead, Sil. Jill Cornette. Go ahead, take it.
Hi, and welcome to Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy, and I sound like a radio DJ right now, but what the fuck? I have no idea what's going on. Usually they take over on this kind of shit, so how the fuck are you on this fine Tuesday, Tri-Tip Tuesday? You guys want to talk?
Oh, we're doing great. It was Tri-Tip Tuesday. Had some really great Tri-Tip today. Joey Chaos did an excellent job of cooking the Tri-Tip. We had two huge Tri-Tips. Sylvia...
Jesse Reb.
Jesse did some Jesse rub on it. You know, I didn't want to question it, but I just kind of ate it, you know.
Jesse
Just...
Reb. Like,
Then we had another one that with the Santa Maria rub, and both came out excellent.
they were juicy, they were beautiful.
Boss Man put barbecue sauce on one of them.
Slathered that little fucker. So it was really good. And I know you see the back of his head beautifully right here.
Do you see the back of my head?
Yes, we see your ear in the back here.
I'm just trying to tweet it out because I tweeted out a link and then I wasn't able to get to it. So
Basically, here's the deal: is all day we've been prepared for this, and he tweeted out a link, and we've been copying it and retweeting and resharing and all that fun shit. And now, as you see, Mongo is down here looking at his phone because we're trying to tweet out.
so
the
just
next
go ahead and
link.
retweet me, Mongo.
And so basically,
Okay.
if you're here and if you're actually listening to us, then please retweet this shit so we can get.
All
more people
right,
out
all right. I did what I could do.
there. Wah, wah, wah.
I did what I could do.
That's what
Right?
happens when you go live, though.
Exactly.
You got to experience stuff like this.
That's what happened.
Plus, it's the
It's part of the
digital world.
experience.
Yeah.
It's all for the love of the game.
Hey, none of us went to school with this. It's hands-on experience.
It's basically just.
I'm gonna tweet
pick
it
it
out,
up, fuck it up, and fix it.
From your Lucha girl, Sylvia.
Lucha girls.
All right. Yeah, hey, we were just trying to start at 8. We couldn't figure out how to get the actual link. So, hey, we got 8 people watching. We got 1 thumbs up. So, hey, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for your patience.
To the Santino Brothers podcast. I'm Joey Chaos. This is Mongo Santino, along with my wife, Jezebel Romo, who's actually wearing the throwback Chaos shirt. So
represent.
we wanted to come up online here, and you know what? Today is Tri-Tip Tuesday.
And it
And
was hotter than shit today.
Hotter.
oh my
So we had to
gosh.
delay the cooking time a little.
What do you mean you have the cooking
Well,
time?
because normally we start a lot earlier and then we're not rushing and getting shit done like at 5 to 8. And yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I was running a little late today, around 20 minutes late.
I blame the heat because it's been hotter than shit and this is supposedly beautiful SoCal weather, but it really kind of sucked and it's the kind of like make your hair grow, humidity, sweat your ass off type of weather. So,
all
it really
right.
sucked, to be honest.
So we were talking to you guys last week, and we wanted to talk to you guys again. Actually, keep going, guys. Keep going. I'm over here. I'm over here doing my computer work.
All right, so it's Tri-Tip Tuesday. We're just we have some awesome Tri-Tip. We just sit down. We talk about Santino Brothers stuff that we got to discuss. You know, business stuff, legal stuff, curriculum stuff.
AKA, in other words, are we ever going to be open? And
Yeah.
Are we ever going to be open? Because
Yeah,
COVID really sucks.
Yeah, when can we open
All right.
again? Right?
He's here. Welcome.
Well,
Joey
yeah,
Chaos.
I am
Yes,
here.
He's
I-
our
yes,
technical
he's here.
guy. He's our
Hey,
host.
when I'm the technical guy, you know we're in trouble.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
true.
Okay, well, hey, it's better than me. So.
So, who watched AEW this week? Did you guys get a chance to watch
I did not
AEW?
get to have a chance to watch
How are we
AEW.
gonna review the AEW if you guys didn't watch it? Did you watch it?
No.
NXT?
Not NXT.
Oh Jesus Christ! So maybe
I
next,
watch Lucha Girls.
so maybe next week we'll go ahead and
Well, we'll watch them next week for
Yes.
sure.
yeah, no, we definitely will. So
I do
hey,
like
we got Hyde in the house.
Hi, hi.
We got Tireless Bike is in the house. Robert Solanzo from Whittier is in the house. Good seeing you guys. And you know, we just wanted to go ahead and continue this podcast because you know we're in the COVID era, especially in Los Angeles, California.
It sucks.
And yeah, you know, it totally does suck. And I keep hitting the camera here. It totally does suck. But you know, so what we want to do is that this is actually the podcast that we do is for us. We get together, we do a tri-tip. I've actually been learning how to cook a tri-tip. Hey, what's up, Sal? How are you? He called you a buttercup, Mongo.
All right.
But yeah, I've never cooked a tri-tip. The only time I heard tri-tip is like kind of when you get the barbecue at a barbecue place and they say, hey, you can pick 3 things.
Yeah.
You know, they tell you to pick 3 things. You can pick the barbecue chicken, you can pick the ribs, you pick the tri-tip, the sausage, or whatever the case is. I kind of rarely, always, don't ever pick the tri-tip. Sylvia always,
I do, and
always
it's
does the
somewhat
tri-tip.
disappointing. It's thin, like paper thin slice, and it's always cooked well done. And mind you, I like my meat fucking cooked well done, but not to the point where you're gnawing at it and you just gotta slap some barbecue sauce on it. So
You know,
but
so-
Joey makes a great tri-tip.
Yes,
It does make
well,
a great
well,
tri-tip.
I
It
didn't
was
even.
juicy. It was good.
I didn't even know how to make a tri-tip until I just like you guys are on right now on YouTube. I went on YouTube and I just honestly just tried to figure it out. Watching some videos, they actually wanted me to have a temperature taker.
Right.
The thermometer.
So we don't have that, but I actually figured out. You know, so if you want medium rare, I think that's do this right here, like kind of like the too sweet. And if you touch your palm right there, that's going to be a medium rare steak. So that's what we did, and we actually had it perfect. Because the last couple of weeks we had the tri-tip, and actually these guys loved it.
I loved it.
These guys loved
It was
it.
like medium well. It was great. It was awesome.
What's
It's
up?
not burnt, right?
What's up,
Yeah.
Jeremy Hoffman? Good seeing you. Yeah, we had the tri-tip, but it was brown. It wasn't red inside, and I kind of wanted it red, you know. I definitely wanted it red. So today, and we've been doing 2 tri-tips, and I've been telling Mongo, hey, Mongo, 2 tri-tips is kind of overboard. Like, we don't need to do 2. Oh, last week we tore on 2
Yeah,
like
say,
nobody's
how many leftovers
business.
do we have?
We
None.
had a lot.
Oh,
No, we didn't
okay.
have any. Today we got some leftovers, you know.
Only because we were running late and had to stop eating.
We're eating too fast, right?
Tireless Bike. Good seeing you today, man. Good having you on. Let me. I got my. We're actually on my phone right here. So we had some. Hey, what's up? Who's that? Shane. Shane Schaffer. Good seeing you. Jeremy Hoffman. He just ate some pizza for dinner. Good.
No cheese pizza is awesome.
Oh, I can't eat no cheese pizza.
Dude, come on. Cheese is nasty. It's disgusting.
I love cheese.
Dude, if you go on my Facebook, you'll hear me talking about cheese, and it's basically, it's chunky rotten milk. It's disgusting. So, no cheese pizzas are awesome.
LXV Jalen. Good seeing you. Good seeing you today.
But at the same time, tri-tip Tuesday, we're eating healthy. We're just trying to be healthy, right?
So eat healthy,
great.
but still eat
We have
good, and-
vegetables. We have corn.
Yeah, we have
broccoli.
broccoli.
Yeah.
corn on
We're
the
not
cob.
drinking soda. We're drinking tea,
No.
It's a
water,
skinny
No.
tequila sunrise, which is no calories. no
Coffee.
carbs.
You know, coffee to kind of get us up for this.
podcast.
For this podcast. So, but you know, you guys had some questions last week. I got a question from last week here, where somebody's asking, what is? Let me actually bring it up here. I mean, I'm over here trying to remember it. He says, what's your advice for wrestlers who are starting to get into the business, Mongo?
Advice for wrestlers.
Yeah,
getting
trying to
into
break in.
business. Ooh, listen. Go where the wrestling's at, obviously. Go to a show. Go to a wrestling school. Do your research on the wrestling school. Make sure they're legitimate. They're not taking advantage of you, and go from there.
You know,
But really, just listen.
yeah, you know, I've been on some podcasts since we've been on COVID, and one of the things that I've been telling people is that, you know, the quality that you get when you actually go to a wrestling school, it helps you out so much, because I you know, when I was coming up in the business, I didn't actually go to a wrestling school. It was a guy Rob Craze, who was like, hey, you want to get in the ring? We had a pro wrestling ring, and it was like, you know, he was like, you know, take some bumps and let me teach you some stuff. And he definitely taught me some stuff. But I think, you know, having the wrestling school is like kind of having a support system. You know, you have so many people to communicate with, whether you want to communicate with your coaches, you have many coaches, or sometimes you want to communicate with your fellow peers, your fellow pro wrestler, your fellow alumni that are actually at the school. And so the support network really goes so far, and that's what we do here at Santino Brothers Wrestling, is that the support network really goes so far. So, like, you know, if you want to get booked, you know, somewhere, hey, that's gone to the school has actually worked there, you know, and you just actually go talk to them. And I think, you know, that's probably some of the best advice that I can tell you is to go to a reputable school. You know, a school that's going to help you out, a school that's going to teach you, you know, everything that you need to know in professional wrestling, because I think that's something that I lacked. I felt that if I would have had a school, I would have got a lot farther in professional wrestling itself. You know, and not just having a school to have a coach to mentor me, but just instill the work ethic, instill the discipline that I probably needed in order to make it in this business. You know what I mean? What do you guys think?
I don't know. Not to cut you off on
No.
I agree with everything you said, but you also got to realize that not every school is going to be the school for you. People learn different ways. Some people it's visual, some people it's you tell them something. But the most important thing is, yeah, find a good school because it does help. I tell students all the time that you're going to have two families. You're going to have your blood family and you're going to have your wrestling family. You're never going to have to trust your mom and dad to give you a fucking pile driver. So you got to build that rapport, but be a fucking sponge. Keep your mouth shut, keep your opinions to yourself at the beginning, and just open your fucking ears, open your fucking eyes, do what they tell you to do, because they're not going to steer you wrong if it's the right school, which I agree. I think Santino Brothers is a great school for that. But that's my advice to someone beginning is don't come in here just because you play the video games and you've seen wrestling on TV and you think, I know everything and I'm going to learn this move and I'm going to learn that move. No. Learn from your trainers. Keep your fucking mouth shut, ears open, do what they tell you, and you will succeed a hell of a lot quicker and a hell of a lot more thoroughly.
Here's some of the advice that I actually give I give all the students that come in, and I tell them, I say, get a sponge. A regular sponge to wash the fucking dishes. Go to your fucking local
99 cents
yeah,
store.
go to your grocery store, whatever. Go to your 99 cent store, get a fucking
No,
sponge.
go to Mom's Kitchen.
You know, and then put your sponge in your gear bag. You know, if you're a wrestler, you put it in your gear bag with your boots and your wrestling gear. If you're a trainee or an alumni, you put it in with your knee pads and your wrestling shoes, or if you have wrestling boots, you put it in there. And the reason why you want to put it in there is every time you open your fucking bag, especially when it is for professional wrestling, you want to remind yourself that you are a sponge and that you absorb everything that comes out, and you want to be that sponge. You want to be that sponge that you see sitting in your fucking bag, you know, because it's so important. There's so much to learn in professional wrestling, and I've been doing it so long, and then it came to a point that I realized, wow, no matter how much you try to learn, no matter how much you try to educate yourself in professional wrestling, there is no way possible that you're going to learn everything there is to know in professional wrestling. I don't give a fuck who you are in pro wrestling, you don't know everything. You know, and that's what makes the beauty of it. Become a sponge of the game, become a student of the game. You know, it's so important. You know, you do it for yourself. You know, you don't do it to try to impress your coaches. You don't do it to try to impress your peers in wrestling school.
Famous.
You don't do it to be famous. You don't do it to impress your girlfriend or your mom or your dad or your brother or whoever the fuck you're trying to impress. You do it for your fucking self. You do it because you have the love for the professional wrestling business. And that's probably some of the best advice that I can give you for anybody that's trying to break into the business to start. Go to a fucking wrestling school and love this business with a fucking passion. Because I promise you, if you love this business with a fucking passion, it's going to be contagious. It's going to be attractive. People are going to see it and they're going to be attracted to it. So whether you're a wrestler and you're just having fun and you love this fucking business, you're going to have this glow around you to where you're going to be the most popular wrestler out there. You're going to be the most popular wrestling individual out there. Love this business with a passion. I promise you, people will see it and they will give you opportunities that you need. You know?
Well, today would be a good example of that. How long have you been in the business, boss man?
I started August 11th, 1994 is when I started.
Okay.
So we're actually at our anniversary. It's, you know, everybody always say it's 25 years. That's when I started wrestling. When I had my debut match July 7th, 1995 versus Supreme. That's 25 years. So, I mean, I'm on 25 plus years,
Okay,
you know,
so
loving this business from the mid-90s. And I always wished I started in the 80s because I was like, that's so old school. I look back at it now and I go, fuck, 94, mid-90s on the low end of the mid-90s. Fuck, you started early as fuck and you just didn't even know. Love what you're doing right now because you just don't even fucking know.
And you don't know when COVID will take it away from you.
So you've been in the business for 25 years, 26,
Yeah.
and today we had YouTube difficulties and you had to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
25 years in the business and you're still learning. Yeah, let me do this real quick on the fly.
Hey,
Every day's
only a couple
learning
minutes.
experience.
like
But what we learned, one thing that we're talking about that we missed out last year was when you go to wrestling school, if you go to wrestling school for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months to a year, and you leave prematurely and you go on the scene and you start wrestling, it is hard to become a student of the game again because sometimes something clicks in the brain that you know it all in the business already and your education stops because you're on the scene. And at that point, you should still be growing as a wrestler, right?
you become a C plus wrestler at best. You stay on the C plus shows at best. And you know, in your mind, you actually just fucking love it because that's all you want to fucking do. And I don't know anyone that's actually left Santino Brothers Wrestling and has. And I'm not, you know, I'm just saying is like finish the fucking program because when you, like what Mongo says, when you fucking think you know it all, that's when it's time to fucking hang the fucking boots up. And no damn near no way, I'm El Maestro here, the fucking master over here at Santino Brothers Wrestling. And I'll tell you straight out right here on the podcast, right here live, I don't know everything in professional wrestling. I learned stuff from novice people that come into fucking professional wrestling that want to be beginners and do something all crazy and unorthodox. And I go, wow, I've never seen it done like that. But you know what? Does it look good? Does it make sense? Is it safe? Yes, yes, yes. Why don't we do it that fucking way? You know what I mean? Because that's why I love professional wrestling. So, and that's the thing. When you leave a wrestling school, and not just Santino Brothers, when you leave a wrestling school early, you think you know it fucking all, and you stay on tier 3 fucking level wrestling, and tier 3 is not the one you want to be on. You want to be on level A plus fucking 1 fucking grade A meat fucking level wrestling is level you want to be on. That's the one you want to strive for. Whenever I critique any of the wrestlers here at Santino Brothers, I go, hey, I'm comparing you to the dude that just wrestled on Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean? And why? Because that's probably your fucking goal. You want to be a tier 1 A plus wrestler, whether it is to go to the big leagues or not. You want to be the fucking best. Who doesn't want to be the fucking best? If you're trying to break into wrestling and you don't want to fucking be the best, dude, go do something else. Yeah.
It's very competitive.
Yeah, it's very competitive.
You have a better chance of being an NFL player because there's 32 teams,
fucking
right?
And
there's only a few wrestling
yeah,
companies.
go shoot fucking hoops at 24-hour fitness and go live your dream, man. Like, dude, if you don't want to fucking be the best, this is not for you. I get it. Pro wrestling's for everybody, not when it comes to actually being a fucking pro wrestler. And that's the fucking truth. Hey, you might not like what I fucking have to say, but that's the fucking truth. And the reason you don't like it is because you know it's the fucking truth.
And it's not play wrestler, it's being a wrestler because I see a lot of guys playing wrestling.
Yeah,
Woo!
it's not a cosplay business.
Got me all
It's
riled
like,
up.
fucking it or don't.
Yeah, you definitely have to be. So, you know.
Always be humble,
How much are
always
you
keep
willing to
learning.
sacrifice? You know, it's like how much are you willing to
Marvin
sacrifice?
Segura says there are only 2 wrestling schools in my country, and they both closed cause of COVID. Of course, we're going through
They're smart.
we're going through a global pandemic that I don't think anybody you know that's been alive that's alive today has ever experienced.
Or knows how to handle it.
Yeah, knows how to handle
Well,
it.
the
Yeah.
movies have experienced it,
You know,
contagion and
you-
shit like that.
You can, and that's how it is. If someone's got COVID, they all of a sudden they act like a fucking zombie. Like I got bit by the zombie, but I don't want to tell you, Mongo, because you're gonna turn on me. And that's how fucking people get. And I've noticed it. You know, so that's the fucking truth. It's like all these movies tell us the fucking what's gonna happen. They really fucking do. So yeah, if they closed due to COVID, like that's the reason we're closed down is due to COVID. We'd definitely love to get in there and wrestle and train guys. But I also said the other thing is like, well, what's the end goal at right now? Everything is closed down. Maybe you're gonna shut at AEW, I guess. But who else is training? Who else is
That's
running
far
shows?
and few too.
Yeah.
To get that shot. I mean, you got to somewhat be known already. You can't be going to wrestling school right now and then trying to come
Yeah,
up.
I mean, we're barely, 5-6 months into COVID for the United States. That's what we know. We know 5 to 6 months worth of COVID. That's it. You know, so, yeah, if your schools are closed down due to COVID, it's because they care about you and they care about your fucking health, you know? Yeah, like I would love to be training guys right now, but I don't want to have the responsibility of somebody getting COVID and something happening, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
and mind you, we're in one of the major COVID hotspots here in LA, so it'd be stupid to try to open right now.
But I'm excited to see who actually said they're training hard to get in shape so when all this is dying down, they're actually set to go perform and try to get a job. Because everyone's saying, I'm training hard, I'm working hard, but your body's gonna show. If you're eating good, you're training hard.
You're either gonna have a great fucking body, like you're fucking keeping with the game, or you're gonna have the COVID body, which is like, oh fuck, I gotta get in shape.
But it's just not also training physically; it's also training your promos.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of y'all been getting soft because of COVID. I know. It's the fucking truth. A lot of you guys have been getting soft. If you don't like what I'm fucking saying, it's because it's the fucking truth.
Now, is it physically or mentally?
Both.
Both.
Physically
I'm
and
part of a
mentally.
Facebook group called Stuff I Cooked in Quarantine. So it's like, it's like,
So Shane Shafir from YouTube asked, I had problems with my neck in high school wrestling. I think my neck's a little more sensitive than the average guy. Do you think that may be troublesome with taking bumps?
Depending on your ability to learn, depending on how coachable and how trainable you are, it could be. And mind you, we are not medical personnel, so everything we tell you is just our opinion. It's not advice. But
Can I speak on this?
go for
Can I
it.
speak on this? Fuck yeah, that's gonna have a fucking problem with taking bumps. And I'm sorry to say, like, I'm gonna give you the truth
I
serum.
was trying to be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the truth serum that you need to hear because I don't want to fucking pretend this shit and have you go to wrestling school and take some bumps, dude. If you got a bad neck, man, it's
already kind of in your mind that your neck's fucked up, so
that's
wrestling's psychological too.
That's totally losing half the battle, I don't know what to tell you. I think maybe you can do some neck exercises to strengthen your neck. But if you have a problem with your neck right now, it may cause you problems. Just like Sylvia said, I think she's trying to help you out a little bit. But yeah, try to be
I don't
nice
like
and
telling
say.
people's dreams.
But if you have a neck problem, and here's the other thing, everybody wants to go in there and do all the crazy stuff. You can have a neck problem, you can have a back problem, leg problem, whatever the fuck it is, and still go in there and wrestle a 5-star fucking match. It's all about driving emotions with professional wrestling. But taking a bump is like the equivalent of a 35-mile-an-hour car crash. And that can't be good for your neck, and so neither can a bump. Even if we train you how to do it for the least amount of damage, like at wrestling school, I'd like to tell you that when you take a bump, there's 0 damage because we're training you correctly. Number one, we are training you correctly, but that doesn't mean that there's 0 fucking damage.
Well, it doesn't mean you're coachable.
We have a thing in wrestling that we call your bump card. There's only so many bumps that you can take in professional wrestling before your neck says, hey, that's too much and you're at risk at this point. Just like guys like Daniel Bryan and Edge. And they've been able to rehab their neck or backs and be able to come back to it. Once again, those are A+ athletes, A+, A1 athletes. So, I'm not saying that it's impossible.
There's always an exception to the rule.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be bothersome. So,
So I guess what you got to do is, myself, I was working out the other day. I did shoulders. I was doing lightweight, 15 pounds, and that was pretty heavy for me right now. And I felt like I had a shoulder injury. Not severe. I'm not in pain or anything. But I was doing military press, and I just felt like a little click, and I was like, oh, I got a little damage there. And I guess you got to do some soul searching and ask yourself, do I really want to risk everything, everyday life, hand movement, walking, jogging, just going to the park with your family?
Just movement in general.
Just moving, because you could take a bump and your body shifts. Your body hits that mat, and it comes to a complete stop, and your body goes like that a little bit, right? And that's going to be your neck right there. So if it's already fractured or damaged, I'm not trying to discourage you either, though, but
I'm trying to be truthful to you.
yeah, I'm just trying to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if you want to take that chance.
And granted, there's always an exception to the rule, and we know.
And there's other stuff in wrestling.
We know people who've broken their necks and they've gone on to, keep continuing with their wrestling careers, but not your average Joe.
That's never been something that I wanted to do, is to break my neck.
No, that's never been the goal in wrestling.
But yeah, if you have a bad neck, then it's definitely gonna be an issue.
You gotta really think about.
It may to definitely be an issue. So that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Right. Robert Solonzo, Solozano. Once 2020 started, The goal was to enroll at Santino's. Then COVID happened. Yeah, unfortunately, man. I gotta be honest with you. Like, we were rocking and rolling at Santino Brothers. We were able to do the same amount of classes that we did last year, and do them in half the day portion of it, as opposed to doing a morning class and a night class. So we had that down. We did our first show of the year that drew 352 people. So we are totally looking forward to our March and May shows that we were hoping that we're going to draw equally or more. And then COVID happened. So yeah, you know, definitely. What I've been telling guys is treat COVID like a injury. And when you're injured in professional wrestling, you can only do so much, right? And a lot that you can do is that you can actually watch a lot of professional wrestling. And when you watch a lot of professional wrestling, you start breaking it down in your head because you're watching so much. And you start understanding the psychology, the storytelling. And I got to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, whenever I've been injured, I've come back better because you're sitting on the fucking bench and all you can do is watch wrestling or educate yourself about professional wrestling. So I always like to tell people, because of COVID, treat it like an injury, but that doesn't mean to just not do nothing. That means educate yourself and come back smarter, stronger, and better when everything opens up.
And if you said you wanted to join Santino Brothers, I'll start getting in shape now. You know, don't hesitate. If that's your dream, get in shape now. Start walking, start jogging, start running, plyometrics, push-ups, squats. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do to get yourself prepared. Because if you come in here cold turkey, not working out, you're going to be sore, it's going to be tough, it's going to be discouraging.
To your body.
But if you come in here kind of basically a little bit in shape, it's not going to be as bad. You're not going to be sucking air. You're still going to be sucking air because of the workouts, but that's just with any workout that you're going to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, put in the work. Here's one guy from SpongeBob SquarePants on YouTube, and he says, "How did you get a pro license?" I assume he means a pro wrestling license.
I'm assuming.
All right, let me break it down for you, man. Professional wrestling is the wild fucking west. That's why we always tell you guys to look for reputable wrestling schools, and we can actually give you a list of reputable wrestling schools like Wildcat Sports, Monster Factory in New Jersey. You know, there's so many good wrestling schools out there, but you have to search them out for yourself and do your research for them, because you know, especially in Southern California, I know, like my buddy Luke Cox down in Louisiana with Wildcat Sports, like they actually have to deal with the
Commission?
Yeah, they have to deal with the sports commission. You know, in California, it's an entertainment based show. You know, and so that's how they base it. So we actually, as professional wrestlers, don't have to, and you can thank probably Vince McMahon for that, is because it's listed as entertainment. So as far as professional wrestling license, we ask you guys to seek out the most reputable professional wrestling school that you can find, and do your own research, right? I can blow smoke up your ass all day about Santino Brothers, but when you look at the history and you look at the players and you look at the wrestlers that are coming out of Santino Brothers, then you actually tell yourself, wow, that is a fucking professional or reputable professional wrestling school. You know, so that's the way to find one.
So basically, it's like, yeah, look for something respectful, but for the most part, wrestling isn't regulated. We aren't like the boxing commission or anything like that, depending on some states. So depending on how much you want to make your wrestling career, depends on, you may have to get licenses in various states.
Endorsed by Superstar Billy Graham, right?
Oh yeah, Superstar Billy Graham, yeah, definitely. Bill Anderson, the trainer of champions. Bill Anderson trained the Ultimate Warrior and Sting. So you definitely can't go wrong with Santino Brothers Wrestling here. So let's take a look here. Let's see what the next question is. People telling us what wrestling they watch. One guy wants to wrestle me, says he's going to RKO me. I doubt it. I'll probably give you the leg drop and it'd be over. Let me see. Marvin Zagarza says 94. I wasn't even in school back then. Yeah, a lot of the trainees that come here weren't even born back then in 94 when I started professional wrestling. But yeah, you know, that's why we're Santino Brothers Wrestling, you know. Let's see here. Going down the I know there's You guys are still opening in person in January, coming from Shane Shafir. Yes, that's actually the plan that we have going on right now is to open up January 2021 with physical class, beginners class, where we start. All beginners classes are a 12-month program itself. You go through 4 courses total in it, and we're probably going to add the online course because I see how beneficial it is. And for you guys that are looking to train with Santino Brothers right now, we aren't offering the physical in-ring training right now, but we are offering a online a pro wrestling course that's starting Monday, September 7th. I'm going to be your maestro, your coach, your head coach, your mentor, and I'll be taking you through an 18-course online course that will be covering everything from actually gigging, branding, match psychology, storytelling, all kinds of things, including selling. So a lot of the stuff that when people say, hey, you need to get in the car and drive with a veteran. So right now, as indie wrestlers, we're not able to get in the car and drive with a veteran, but you're able to sign up for the Monday, September 7th class with Santino Brothers Wrestling and myself.
And Zoom with the veteran.
Yeah, you'll be able to Zoom with myself and go through a plethora of categories and subjects that we'll be covering.
So don't forget, always check out SantinoBrothers.net for news and information and updates. Right.
Let's see here. AEW All Elite Wrestling has no fans. That's because it's COVID. No, they're not letting any fans in right now. Let's see. I'm a big fan of Impact Wrestling since 2003. Jeremy Hoffman, I'm a big fan too. I actually moved to Nashville in 2003 to try to get onto Impact Wrestling. I actually got onto an Explosion match, but I didn't get on the weekly pay-per-view. So let's see here. Tony Rivera asked, what was your favorite location to wrestle in Los Angeles, Mongo?
I guess well, I'm stuck. I'm stuck because, you like the...
Right back. Pass it real quick.
I like the Grand Olympic Auditorium. Very historic. But I was like 8 or 9 years old, and my uncle took me to, I think it was the NWA at the Great Western Forum. And that was the first time I got to see live pro wrestling. I got to see Dick Murdoch, Ric Flair, the Road Warriors, Rick Rude, Dusty Rhodes. And then a couple years later, I want to say like 20 years later, I got to be in a cage match at the Great Western Forum. So that's why I feel like I went full circle. But yeah, between Grand Olympic and the Great Western Forum, probably be my 2 little places. Place in Southgate, Allen Theater was pretty cool. A little small and intimate. Any place in there was a good house, a good seat, and had a lot of great times there. What about you, Sil?
With me, definitely the number 1 would be the Grand Olympic Auditorium. And it was basically when I started in wrestling, I kind of fell into wrestling being a receptionist at Extreme Associates. And they own the wrestling company XPW. So I was the merch girl, and we always did shows for XPW at the Grand Olympic Auditorium. And it was like, I would just look and I'd be like, wow, Veronica Kane walking down. And it was like seeing all these people walking down the ramp and going into the ring. I was like, fuck, that'd be so cool. So with FCW, when I was able to finally do that, it was like, fuck yeah. But like you said, the Forum, I mean, I've seen a bunch of different bands at the Forum, but
Right.
to be able to do the same thing, perform there was amazing. So yeah, those are definitely my top 2.
I've actually, up until SoFi Stadium, which hasn't opened yet, right?
Yeah.
Where the Rams play and the Chargers. I've had the opportunity to wrestle in probably every major arena in Southern California. No, not in Southern California, in Los Angeles. The Grand Olympic Auditorium that Mongo talked about, the Great Western Forum,
LA Coliseum.
the LA Coliseum,
Yeah.
Jesus
Staples.
Christ, where the Raiders used to play.
Staples.
Staples Center, of course.
The Pond.
The pond, yeah, the pond, and the Palace in fucking Hollywood. But if you had to ask me my favorite, always my favorite, Grand Olympic Auditorium, 100%.
There was just something about that.
Mongol and I we're the last guys to book the show at the Grand Olympic Auditorium before.
Last wrestling show.
Yeah, before it was turned into a church, right?
Korean church.
Yeah, so I definitely would say Grand Olympic Auditorium. Tireless Bike says, where can I find Santino Brothers merch?
SantinoBrothers.net.
SantinoBrothers.net. Yeah, definitely.
Look
We're
for the
gonna
tab.
we're gonna have masks coming in. You know, I got my shipper's delaying it right now, so we're gonna have some masks coming in. We have T-shirts on sale right now, beanies, hats, and stuff like that. So you definitely be able to check that out. Little Mike Bangin. I've watched some Santino Brothers wrestling matches a lot. I even subscribe to your YouTube channel. I like to see Lucas Riley fly around. I love lucha libre martial arts type wrestling. It's dope. Man, Lucas Riley. You know, I just saw a post about Lucas Riley.
He gained weight.
He gained 12 fucking
looks
pounds.
great.
I've been telling that guy, I don't know, for 5 fucking years. Put what Mongo's been telling me, put some fucking meat on the fucking bone. Am I wrong or
He's
what?
Right.
super talented, but
Oh.
damn.
But that's what I mean, guys. We tell you earlier on in your career, and it took him like 4 years to finally get it, understand, and apply it and take action.
Yeah, you know, and I think like there's been no wrestler, and you can even look at Rey Mysterio and stuff. There's been no wrestler that started off really small and wanted to fucking stay small. Everyone's
Right.
like, you get serious about it. You start hitting the weights. I started as a small dude, and then I started hitting the weights. I took some steroids, but I started hitting the fucking weights to get bigger, to be a 230 fucking pounds. Yeah, I think you always want to get bigger because what do you guys look at? You guys, especially when these motherfuckers, man, they say, here's my gear, and they show me a picture, and they have someone draw it out, and the dude's jacked, big chest, big shoulders, big back, big fucking abs, and I look at them and I say, well, fuck, you don't look like this. Why did you have the fucking guy draw you like this? You should draw it realistically so you can see how the fuck you're gonna look in it. Like, so if you draw out, everyone gives this, hey, this is the gear I want to get, and they draw out the fucking guy, and he's got abs, and he's all jacked, and I say, well, if that's what the fuck you want to look like, work at it. Your gear ain't gonna make you look great, unless you got some Mono Roja gear where he's got some fucking fake abs and some fake chest, but that's what I did because I was self-conscious about my body. Some of y'all motherfuckers don't give a fuck, but fuck, you're going out there, man. Hey, look good, look the part, look like a fucking professional wrestler, am I wrong?
Because your body's going to take a pounding, right? And you want to have some meat on the bone to absorb all this damage that your body's going to take. Also, too, when it's, 19 minutes in, 29 minutes in, Boss Man calls it a top rope suplex, and if he calls a reverse, whatever, you got to be strong enough to be able to handle whatever you got to handle. If you got to reverse it and suplex him, or you got to push yourself over to get yourself over to make sure you take a correct bump, you want to be able to strong enough to hold your own and make sure you don't damage someone. And that's really important. I never wanted to hurt somebody, so I want to make sure I was strong enough to take care of them, because man, it's physical in there. Not everyone jumps for you, not everyone works with you.
No.
Sometimes you got to muscle people over,
Hey, what's up, Anthony Morales? How are you, man?
Chachi.
Chachi. Bad Brother G says, I once saw Hardcore Angel leap from a balcony and miss the table. How does a wrestler prepare for extreme moves?
Mentally, you just got to do it. You know what you could do.
I mean, yeah, honestly, you grab your fucking balls and you just do it. Like, you don't go take a practice bump into the thumbtacks or the barbed wire or a practice table bump or even Angel fucking I remember what you're talking about. We were in Pennsylvania at the time, man. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh. And yeah, he flew off the table. And I was so fucking pissed at that motherfucker. Well, because for one, he was over like a motherfucker. And so
have to do it.
And so the more fucking big moves he did, that means that he was more over than me.
All right.
So that's number one. But number two, I told him to try to be more over than him. I told him, don't be doing that fucking shit because you're going to hurt yourself one day. And then he did hurt himself.
They brought him back in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah?
Well,
oh
no,
my
okay, the
God,
sad
they
part
brought
is
him back in a
They brought
fucking
him back
wheelchair.
in a wheelchair, but then he didn't want his mom to know how hurt he was. So he got out of the wheelchair and just painfully walked in. He had, a cracked pelvic bone or something?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. So how do you prepare for a extreme moves? You grab your balls and you just fucking do it.
And you pray you got
Oh,
enough
really?
adrenaline to get you through.
Don't do it. Just stay in the ring. Because your body's
Where's
going to take so
that?
much damage in the ring already. You know, you take a bump on the cement. If someone body slams you on the cement, it's like 3 or 4 bumps in one.
Yeah, no,
Do you believe in a bump card?
no, I totally believe in the bump card, but hey, if you want to do extreme moves,
I mean, there's a special
yeah, some
breed
people
of wrestlers.
people ask like, what chairs do you use? Yeah, you just use a fucking chair from Staples. Sometimes they're thinner than the others. Sometimes you get what you fucking get, and that's what you gotta fucking use.
You don't look around
You know.
for the nice one?
But that's why you become an artist at professional wrestling, so you know how to use everything in professional wrestling. You know how to. I remember the guys from ECW, like Chris Candido, would come to XPW and go, "You guys are fucking crazy doing all this thumbtacks and barbed wire shit," and I sit there and go, "You guys are ECW. How are you telling us we're crazier than you? We're only trying to keep up with you guys."
Right.
And they would tell us, "You guys are fucking nuts." And I'd be like, "Really? I think you're bullshitting us or something." But no, I guess because when you look at it, like, oh, Sabu and Terry Funk did the barbed wire and
Right.
thumbtacks. Like, you know what I
Only
mean?
select a few.
Yeah, so. Oh, jeez. One guy says he doesn't like Randy Orton anymore because he's a rude person in the WWE. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, you know,
That's from Jeremy
I think,
Hoffman.
you know-
not everyone's going to like you in this game. And he's
you-
like the same way.
Well, if you listen to this podcast, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Randy Orton, if he's the heel, then he's doing his fucking job, right? That the job is to drive the fans' emotions, you know. And if I'm breaking your fucking heart and giving away the secrets, then that's what Santino Brothers is, man. We teach you how to be professional wrestlers.
Well, then,
But yeah, he's probably the coolest motherfucker in the world. He actually seems like a really cool guy. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
well, this is what I think. It's like, it's sad when you hear fans and they say, "Oh, well, I met this person and they're fucking rude," because it's like you gotta remember, you can't. These wrestling superstars are only fucking human. They can't be on 24/7. And you know, why was he rude? Because maybe he was on a 16-hour flight, or he missed a flight, or you know, there's something going on in his personal life, and he just didn't want to be that on character right then and there. So it's like you got to kind of give people the benefit of the doubt because they're fucking human too.
I got one for you. Nurav asks, is pro wrestling fake?
And that is the ultimate question.
Is pro? You want me to answer this? I'll let you guys answer. I got a fucking answer on deck.
Let's hear you.
No, go ahead. I'll take over. Go ahead. I want to hear you guys
I'll
first.
answer it.
Yeah.
I did boxing for 3 years. I did football for 4 years. And I would say I've been hurt more in pro wrestling than I've done in boxing or football, because in boxing you're protecting yourself. In football you have a helmet, shoulder pads, and you're still kind of protecting yourself. In professional wrestling you're giving your body. And sometimes there's mistakes. You know, I whip you off and I misgauge and I hit the rope and damn, I hit you with the forearm a little harder than I think I wanted to hit you. And it's like, fuck, man, I hit this guy a little too hard. I should have gauged a little bit better. When, you know, you're going for a punch, you know, you want to, your job's to put the other guy over. So you put your face out there, you put your chin out there, and the guy takes you tough. You know, it nails you pretty hard. You know, so I'm 250 pounds, and if I was going to give you a splash on the floor, and I really wanted to protect you, and I tried to pull 50 pounds off, that's still 200 pounds falling on your chest, falling on your rib cage, and if you ever had sandbags fall on you, you can't fake it. You just got to take it. So I don't know if you'd consider that fake though, but you get in there and you'll find out for yourself. And after a couple training sessions, you'll be like, man, I really respect this business. There's nothing fake about it. I got my ass whipped. I had no cardio. I couldn't breathe. Someone was punching me in the face, and then I had to run, and then I had to get slammed, and then the guy said I had to do a move to him. So you'll definitely walk out of the ring a different person once you get in there and figure out for yourself. You know.
My opinion is wrestling fake. It is what you want to make it. You know, I do customs wrestling and I do pro wrestling, and basically it's not fake as far as you're going through the motions, you're taking the bumps, you're taking the hits. Do we pull our punches? Do we try to take care of each other? Yes. I would consider it more of a performing art or a stunt work type of thing. Like I said, I get handed scripts. I get people who pay me and they say, hey, do this match. And I read the script and they're like, okay, punch here, do this, do that pile driver there. So yeah, it's fake as far as it's predetermined. But the fact that you're going through, not everybody can do wrestling. You're still putting your body through a hell of a lot of damage. You're still taking a huge risk on trusting this guy or trusting this guy to give me a move or me to give them a move. They're trusting me. So it's not fake as far as the physical aspect of it. As far as who's the champ at WWE, it's scripted. It's predetermined.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean it's not hard work, though.
I mean, 100% look going into it. Like, I'm not trying to insult you. It is choreographed. 100%. You know? But are you going to tear your ACL? Are you going to get concussed in professional wrestling? Is a bump going to fucking damage your neck and your back?
Break your ribs.
Fuck yeah, it is. You're gonna break your fucking ribs. You're gonna get jaw jacked in the face. You're gonna break your fucking jaw from a super kick. It's not supposed to happen, but it's gonna fucking happen. You know. And what I tell my wrestlers and my students, I say, well, you know what? How people ask from the regular world, how do you do that? My answer: pro wrestling's fake. It's all fake. You didn't really see what you really saw. You know? Because to tell them how we fucking do that, they're not ready for the fucking answer. How the fuck do we do that? Pro wrestlers are fucking tough.
They're crazy kind of stupid.
They're a crazy kind of fucking stupid in what we do. If taking a fucking bump in professional wrestling properly is like the equivalent of getting hit in a car going 35 miles per hour. You gotta be a little crazy stupid in the head to do what we do, but we do it because we fucking
do it again.
We do it because we love professional wrestling with a fucking passion. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why we fucking do it. You know, and also how can you take that though? Because fucking pro wrestlers are tough. So for any aspiring wrestler, if you want to come into wrestling school and you want to be a professional wrestler and you want to do this and that and blah 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 and hold the belt and get your hand raised. You better be tough. You better learn to get tough, because pro fucking wrestlers are fucking tough. That's
work
it.
Their ass off.
That's it. How do you go through the extreme shit? Pro wrestlers are tough. How do you go through a fucking table? Pro wrestlers are fucking tough. How do you take a superplex from the top fucking rope 3 fucking times in a row?
Pro wrestlers are fucking
Pro
tough.
wrestlers are fucking tough, dude. We get damaged with every fucking bump that we fucking take. Even to the point of guys like even Daniel Bryan who are like almost had to retire. And I'm pretty sure a doctor would say you should fucking retire, but you know what he's fucking doing? He's doing what the fuck he loves. And he's doing it because the average fucking guy probably couldn't do it. With that problem in his fucking neck, but he's doing it because fucking pro wrestlers are fucking tough, and you gotta be a little crazy stupid in your fucking head. And if you don't like what the fuck I'm fucking saying, it's because it's the fucking truth. It's the fucking truth. How the fuck do you go out there and take fucking a superplex on the top rope? Because you're fucking crazy stupid. Why would you do that? Because you love fucking professional wrestling.
It's almost like an addiction.
It's a sickness.
It's a sickness.
It's a fucking addiction.
It's an addiction. It's a sickness.
It's beautiful.
It's worse than probably like, it's not even, I'm not going to say it's worse, but it's as bad as fucking the worst fucking addictive drug that you could think of.
I mean,
it really is.
You're going into a ring knowing fucking that someone's going to put you and slam you on your head. But we know how to take care of each other and we trust each other. But you gotta be a crazy kind of stupid to even fucking want to.
So like even you asking that question, is it fake? You know what I usually give? Chris Candido told me. He said, hey, he said this one day to the fucking waitress. She goes, isn't that pro wrestling? Isn't that shit fake? And Chris Candido, before we can all go, let's beat her fucking ass, he goes, fuck yeah, it's fake. It's totally fake, dude. It's two guys that get in the ring, and we don't even get in the ring together. We use green screens and virtual fucking fans. We use green screens and virtual fucking fans. And dude, I'm never even touching a guy in the fucking ring. He left that fucking waitress looking. She looked like so dumb fucking founded. Like, don't ask that stupid fucking question, because that's what I'm gonna fucking tell you. We use fucking green screens. Of course it's fake. What are you, fucking stupid? I'm gonna make you feel so fucking stupid. You're gonna say green screens? I thought it was just fake punches. No, dude, we use green fucking screens and virtual fucking fans. It's all CGI. With all the technology we got today, we don't even get in a fucking real ring anymore.
Off the iPhone.
Yeah, it's all made off the fucking iPhone phone. That's what I'm gonna fucking tell you. Because you're already insulting me that telling me pro wrestling fucking fake.
Next question.
Hey, my torn ACL ain't fucking fake. My 20,000 torn ACL ain't fucking fake, man. Darren Drozdov being fucking quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck fucking down, ain't fucking fake. Have some fucking respect for professional wrestlers. I'm sorry. Is it choreographed? Yeah! But is it fake? No! Grow the fuck up and understand what the fuck we're doing, the risk that everyone's taking. Sorry. Is it fake? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
It's all CGI.
No,
It's green screen. Green screens.
Green.
Hey,
3D.
I'm gonna zap you, Men in Black style. Zap. Green screens. Green screens. Green screens and professional fans. Jesus fucking Christ.
We're gonna have filters on that thing.
Got me all pumped up and shit.
Don't forget, check out SantinoBrothers.net. You know, appreciate you guys are here with us today.
Sal Davalos, nothing like classes out of the scorching Norwalk heat.
Oh, I remember those classes.
Cam Stewart says, what are your 3 matches you recommend for an up-and-coming pro wrestler to study? You guys got, let's all give one. If you got one, I got one.
What was it?
What are 3 matches, or what's one match that you would recommend for somebody, an up-and-coming aspiring pro wrestler to study?
I go back to my classic, and I like the Roddy Piper versus Adrian Adonis.
Oh, WrestleMania 3!
WrestleMania
Get the
3.
fuck out of here. Let me tell you something. Everyone talks about Andre and the fucking Giant. Everyone talks about Steamboat and Macho Man. Ain't nobody but me and Mongo talking about Roddy Piper and Adrian fucking Adonis with his 300 fucking plus pounds moving around, bumping around, going out the ring like fucking butter. It's a fucking great match. Great fucking match.
Like butter.
Oh my, I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
No, that was great. But it just shows you a big man can move, take your time, move slow, great coordination, and they put it together well.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they got some time cut for the Giant and Hulk Hogan, am I wrong? Come on, because they went out there and started hustling, even with fucking Jimmy Hart and shit.
Right.
Oh my God, if you're a big man, 300 plus pounds, and you can't move and bump and go over the top ropes backwards like fucking Adrian fucking Adonis in WrestleMania 3, check yourself. Am I wrong?
You're right.
Sylvia, go ahead, speak on it. Your match.
I can't think of anything.
I mean, go ahead. Sylvia.
Actually, honestly, I would say it depends on what type of wrestler you want to be, what style of wrestler you want to be. So, for me, I mean, I always watched Sherry Martel. She was my inspiration. Any match that she was in, because I just liked her character. So, for me, it depends on, it's like we have, I call him Anime Joey, or Joe, one of our students, Blue. He wants to be a deathmatch wrestler, so he was watching Supreme, he was watching old XPW, he was watching Chaos. A lot of it depends on what style of wrestler you want to be, and follow the great ones from there. So to find a match, I can't think of one.
I mean, I could recommend you a bunch of matches. Like I said, Macho Man versus Steamboat. I mean, the plethora of matches of Flair versus Steamboat. I always love Flair versus Vader. That's big man, little man. What kind of wrestler you want to be, man? If you want to ask me all around, I'm gonna say probably like Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero had some incredible matches. Really work shoot in the beginning, incredible work at the end. Professional wrestling work. I definitely would check out. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of the matches that we said. I definitely would probably say Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle, but it all depends on what like Sylvia said, what type of wrestler you want to be. So if you want to be like a wrestler that I'd like to be is like one of them those work shoot wrestlers, kind of like an MMA style, right? And so that's why I'm watching Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. You know, so that's where I'm going with it. So let's see here.
I also like the Rey Mysterio Dean Malenko matches.
Oh, gee. I mean, there's so many fucking matches. We can go forever. If you guys want to go to a little bit of new school, and I say new school, it's going to be 2013. Let's go to NXT with Cesaro versus Sami Zayn. I thought that was an incredible match. Cesaro versus, I think, Regal was an incredible match. Like, that, man, there's so many great matches out there. But watch the classics, Macho Man versus Steamboat. You know, definitely, you know, hit those matches up. And I definitely say what Mongo said, man. Adrian Adonis from Roddy Piper is one of my favorite ones that never gets talked about. Let's see here. Oh man, we're at 4 minutes left, Mongo. Do you want to answer any more questions? We got so many questions.
One more.
From Bruno Pereira. I want to be a pro wrestler, but there is a problem. I'm from Portugal, and there's no wrestling schools, and I already thought of going to another country to do wrestling. I think you answered your question already, Bruno. You know, I could be an asshole and sell, God, take my online wrestling course. Yeah, hey, take my online fucking wrestling course. That'll help you out. But if you're in Portugal, what's going to happen after you take the online wrestling course? You're going to have to move to where the wrestling is.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're totally
How bad you want it?
Yeah, how bad do you fucking want it? You'll have to go to where the wrestling is.
And with COVID, we understand that there's problems with visas and shit like that. Like, you can't get them right now, but still make the plans. You know, it's like eventually you're going to be able to start traveling again and go where it's going to be.
Fuck, we got Vinny Wasco asking how the Raiders going to do this year.
The Raiders didn't do better than the Bears, so shut the fuck up.
The Raiders look.
I love you, Wasco.
The Raiders look good this year. And look, we have a great D line. We have running back. We got some receivers. I hate the quarterback situation.
Hey.
I wish they would just. I wish they would just give Mariota the shot and just give him the fucking shot. Because I'm tired of seeing Carl.
Carson Chum.
Who's the coach of the Raiders?
Gruden.
Oh Jesus Christ, John Gruden. I wish.
Hey,
I still wish
John Gruden went to the bank
Uh-oh.
Why?
to get his quarterback.
Hey, I'm a Raider
Just
till I
bench
die.
Carr,
I'm a Raider
Mariota.
till I fucking die. I'm gonna say this right now. Fuck John Gruden.
You don't like
Straight
John?
up. Yeah, fuck John Gruden. He left the Raiders, went to Tampa Bay that year, and then beat the fucking Raiders in the Super Bowl. So that's
That
why.
was strategy.
That's why I'm
What?
always,
Yeah.
even
Where's
to
his
this
fucking
fucking,
loyalty?
even to this fucking day, fuck John Gruden. I wish we had Jack Del Rio still. I wish we had Jack Del Rio. John Gruden is all about the money. He don't know. And plus, it's like taking a fucking dude that's been on commentary for 10 fucking plus fucking years and putting him in the main event at Wrestle fucking Mania. He ain't fucking ready. He ain't been studying. He's been in the commentary booth. He's a fucking commentator. He ain't a fucking coach.
Hey, you're gonna tell me he didn't learn nothing being in the commentary
Man,
booth?
fuck the commentary booth, bro. Dude, I ain't got 5 years for him to rebuild a fucking team. Jack Del Rio had that shit ready to rock. He would have never got rid of Khalil Mack. Yeah, fuck you, Vinny Wasco. Fucker. Still got 2 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Roddy Piper, Adrian Adonis was a hair versus hair match. The loser gets the haircut. I didn't even recognize it because that shit was good. The Raiders moved to Las Vegas, a new stadium. I definitely want to go to that new stadium. Let's see. Anthony Morales. That hurt even for a former commentator. Laughing my ass off. Hey, I'm just fucking saying, bro. John Gruden was a commentator for 10 fucking years. What does he know about coaching a football team? Shit changes.
You just said you learned from watching from the
Nah,
outside.
shit changes in 10 fucking years. Like, it's a new fucking school. If I took 10 years off and tried to come back as a fucking trainer, yeah, maybe I'll be Mr. fucking Miyagi, but chances are, I don't know.
Dude,
You know what
he
I'm
came back
saying?
for the fucking money because his little fucking, he's made Davis his little bitch boy. He has the fucking money. He's fucking has that little whiner car wreck bitch fucking quarterback that we have that we need to get rid of. If he just plays his fucking cards right,
But
we have Josh Jacobs.
But
and
isn't
then we have
that the
another-
man's job is to try to make as much money as he can, do something he loves? He's making
I don't give a fuck how much John Gruden's making. I done got 5 years. I want to be here with my
What do you
dad
mean?
when the Raiders win the fucking Super Bowl,
They're
bro.
gonna win it next year.
And then you want to talk about Carr? No heart, fucking Carr. Bench that motherfucker. Put Mariota in the Heisman winner.
What do you
I'd
mean?
rather
He has
take.
Antonio
And
Brown.
then we
I
even
don't-
we even got Ruggs.
I'd rather take my chances with the guy they benched last year than go another year with
All right,
fucking Derek
say it, Bob.
Carr.
Derek Carr's a fucking chump. He's
Yeah.
a bitch. He's a stat player. He don't give a fuck
He's
about
a
anybody
stat
except
player.
Sorry
himself.
about this.
Hey,
And
guys.
I'm
hey,
sorry,
hey,
dude. I
hey,
know
when
you're
they- hey,
Christian and I
hey,
have all the
and I'll-
respect for you, but fuck you
Hey.
because you're a goddamn chump.
Hey, I'll
Don't
bring
forget
it back.
to check out Santino
I'll bring it
Brothers
back to
.net.
wrestling. Carr is a stat player. It's 4th down, 4th and goal. He'd rather throw the ball away than to fucking give a chance to his receivers to fucking catch the fucking ball and possibly get an interception because he don't want to fuck up his fucking stats.
God forbid.
So he's a fucking stat guy.
DM your
That's like
message.
being a fucking spot guy. Be
DM
a
your
fucking
message.
worker. Fucking play football.
For next week.
Wrestle with your fucking heart.
We'll try to answer them.
Yeah, we'll answer your questions next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be on next Tuesday.
Sorry, you got hot.
Roll Tide.
No Raider talk.
I'll make sure to schedule it on the phone so you anybody that had the link and then try to get the link and have to come to this link. Oh, these guys are talking about the Chiefs, bro.
Hey,
I'm not even gonna read that
the
comment.
Chiefs.
I'm not even gonna read that comment.
No,
Where's the
fuck
stop
you.
button? Where's the stop button? Hey, SantinoBrothers.net.
Yeah,
Check
hey,
it out.
somebody asked where do I get the merch? Go to SantinoBrothers.net. I got merch right here in my trunk, right here, where I want to ship it out to you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. Once again, we didn't get a chance to hit all your questions, but Robert Solano wants to say, "Go Packers!" Hey, Packers are all right, man, but they got
Leg
they got a quarterback controversy just like us. So, but you know
And if
that-
you're a little freaky, go to LuchaGirls.com.
2020 is Raiders' year. I don't give a fuck. In the end of the day, and they write in the history books, and they have the little asterisk and say, "Oh, well, there was a bunch of players that didn't play." Fucking 2020 Raiders are gonna tear it up as long as they get rid of Carr. So thank you guys for tuning in. Go to SantinoBros.net for all our merch. For Jezebel Romo, Mongo Santino, I'm Joey Chaos. For the Fighting Santino Brothers Wrestling Podcast. Tune in next week, 8 p.m. We'll definitely go live and answer your questions again. Thank you guys.
Take care. I gotta pee.